Hey everyone, it's Kai from Cool Collectibles back again for another review. This time it's the Big Boys Toys TNC-08 E.Honda. And if you follow the channel, you know that I love this Street Fighter series by Big Boys Toys. They've pretty much done all the original World Warriors from Street Fighter 2 with the release of this E.Honda as the 8th warrior. And of course they did the bonus TNC-00 Akuma recently as well. So it's just fantastic for all Street Fighter fans that they've been able to do all the original characters from the game, apart from the 4 bosses which they have teased Vega coming up next. So the box, beautiful. I'll just get all this stuff out the way. Beautiful cover art as they've always done with this series. Love that style. And then you get the various pictures of the statue on the back. And I normally keep the front cover at least because I am running out of space, but the artwork is too good to sort of throw away. The backdrop that you usually get with these, nicely printed on this sort of glossy card back again, and that's the classic spa or Japanese spa background from the original game. So I love that, and you just slot that in the back there, like with all the other figures. Also comes with his collector card, and I just realized that I've used all the Ultra Pro magnetic card holders that I use for these cards. I use them for the Masterpiece Transformers as well, and so I'll need to order a few more of these, and these are fantastic to keep for display and to protect the cards. And again, the artwork is fantastic with this stuff. The base, pretty much the standard sort of base that you get with the other one, so you'll know what you're getting if you've collected the line. And I love that classic print of the original spa room. You'll see the ports there for the light and sound effects, so just be careful when you put his foot down, that you see the peg there. Just align it up properly and then push firmly down and you'll get it. But I'll show you the sounds in a second. It just takes 3 AA batteries, and I've just taken the lid off there. So again, beautifully done there with the nameplate on the front, just like they have for the others. But I'll get onto the statue. And here is the look at the statue, and I have to say again, they have molded this and painted this beautifully. There was some original complaints on their Facebook group or their Facebook page regarding the left and right hands being shown here. People were saying that the move is meant to be only one hand, and that is incorrect. All the way back to the Street Fighter original sprites from the game, you can tell that he does use both hands, and I guess they've had to compromise in that they didn't want to have a mold where this hand was sort of reaching out across the body, and so in the move he does that sort of pose, and then he reaches around and does it with the other hand just briefly. So for those that were complaining about both sides of the hands, that's actually correct. But apart from the hands, I do love the sort of waving effects here that they've got, similar to the way they did Chun-Li's kick, I think. And it's just a fantastic way to represent that sort of move. And even from this sort of rear angle, it just looks fantastic. The paint application is really, really nicely done. Maybe just 1 or 2 spots of blue on the white there, but overall it's very cleanly done, especially on the face here, the facial expression, the sculpting of the hair, the face tattoos, etc. Just so nicely done. All the sort of shading in the musculature really brings out the sculpt to its best. So in the scheme of things, this is really in tune with the way they've done this series, with this sort of super deformed style, and it just really suits the characters really well. And I guess the other thing I love about this is that in their most recent ones, particularly the likes of Akuma, Zangief, etc., they can actually stand on their own, whereas some of the earlier ones like Ryu, Chun-Li, etc., really needed their base and be pegged into their base to stand up. But their last few ones have been able to sort of stand on their own. So if you are running out of space in the collection and want to display some of these on the same bases as the other figures, then that's an option as well. So definitely love the fact that they've included, you know, I guess a bit more stability in some of their statues of late. But I'll put him on the base and show you guys the light and sound effects. Alright, here he is on his base. Just make sure you push down firmly on this side to connect the electronics. But he does sit fairly flush, and together with the backdrop and the base, he looks absolutely fantastic. Just like he did in Out of the Game, and it's for all the arcade players out there, this will take you back to those days for sure. As always, you press this button at the front here to kick off the light and sound effects. I'll just turn off the light on this side. And you can spam the crap out of this button like you would in the game. So I think that's just absolutely fantastic. So it's right up there with the best of all the series. I think I can't even pick my favorite out of the series anymore. They all look absolutely fantastic together. I think if you're a Street Fighter fan, you should definitely try and get a hold of these. I think the earlier ones are getting harder to find now. They even released some special edition ones where there was a background music button as well, and I think those sell out pretty damn quick. So I chose just to get the core characters and not the repaints. But if you are collecting this series, definitely jump on board and grab them. So hopefully you like that quick look at this Big Boys Toys E.Honda. Highly recommended, particularly if you got the others. Hopefully you can click that like and subscribe button. I do have a few more things coming up. I do have the Hot Toys, Hostalia, and the Mark 6 diecast coming up in the next week or so. So hopefully you can subscribe and stay tuned for that. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.